Here's what no one tells you after you escape the grind. The grind doesn't give up on you. It hunts you down. So freedom isn't a destination that you just reach and you stay at forever. It's a fortress that you defend every single day against forces that want to pull you back into the addiction that was destroying your family. So today I'm going to be showing you 3 psychological traps that recapture 90% of founders, even the ones who thought that they were free forever. I went through this myself. And so when I was growing up, my dad missed just about every game, every dinner, every moment that mattered. And on his deathbed, he grabbed my hand and he said, "Don't miss Leo's games like I missed yours. Don't let success steal what I can never get back." So I built my freedom, I bought back my time, and then I thought I was safe. Then one day, I caught myself checking Slack messages during one of Leo's baseball games. And in that moment, I realized the horrifying truth. The grind had been quietly hunting me down, waiting for the perfect moment to reclaim me. And that's when I discovered these 3 traps and how powerful they are at rebuilding the prison that you fought so hard to escape. Now, I don't just help founders buy back time, I help them defend their freedom permanently. Because here's what I learned. Escaping the grind once is success, but staying out of it forever, that's mastery. And most founders fail at mastery because they never learn to recognize the traps that are hunting their freedom every single day. So trap number 1 is the validation addiction relapse. Sounds probably a little more dangerous than it is, but it is a legit dangerous trap because it feels like success. You start chasing the next fire, the next win, the next crisis to solve. Not because you need to, but because you're addicted to the rush. And trust me, I get it. I've been there. This is the cortisol dopamine loop. Stress creates urgency. Urgency creates action. Action creates validation. Validation creates addiction. It is a loop, and it's disguised as momentum, but it's really fear in a business suit. You tell yourself that you're being productive and that you're actually medicating insecurity with busyness in all reality. So when you stop needing constant validation, you start leading from peace instead of pressure. And you think you're being helpful, but you're actually rebuilding the exact dependency that trapped you before. Real leadership means stepping back so that other people can step up. But your ego doesn't want that. It wants to be the hero. Again, I live this. The moment you start solving problems that others should own, you start building your own prison again. And we just worked our way out of that. So trap number 3 is the rhythm decay. This is the silent killer of sustainable freedom. Once freedom feels normal, you get comfortable and you stop the morning routines. You skip the deep work blocks. You let your calendar fill up just this once, all these exceptions. But freedom fades quickly, one broken rhythm at a time. And you don't notice it because every little compromise, it's small and it feels small. I'll skip my workout just today, or I'll just check my email during dinner just this once, or I'll just take this one urgent call during family time. But these small compromises compound into complete freedom destruction. It takes it away and it robs it. The fix isn't more hustle. Again, we got away from that. It's returning to the disciplines that created your freedom in the first place. And so let me show you what happens when you successfully defend against these traps. My friend Greg, he built a 7-figure service company, but was trapped as the bottleneck for everything. After installing decision rights, meeting rhythms, and a season pass system, he took a 3-week family vacation and his business grew without him. But here's the key. 6 months later, when trap number 2 tried to reclaim him, his team was trying to bring him back to solve these problems and be the hero that he used to be in his business. He recognized it and he redirected them to the systems. And his daughter told her friend, "My dad is always here now and he's not stressed anymore." Now that's what happens when you defend your freedom instead of just hoping that it'll last. And here's the statistic that should terrify every father who's tasted freedom at all. You know, most women, they think about divorce for 2 years before they ever say the word. And when that happens, you lose half your net worth, daily access to your kids, and the life that you thought you were building. But here's what's worse. Your children watch you choose the grind over them again and again, and they stop believing that you ever really changed. We don't want to do that. We don't want to undo all the hard work that we just did. These traps don't just steal your time, they steal your family's trust in your promises. And listen, here's the truth that will really define your legacy. At your funeral, your children, they're not going to talk about how hard of a worker you were or how much you achieved. They're going to talk about whether you actually stayed present, whether you kept your promises, whether you defended your freedom when it mattered most. Your kids are going to remember a calm, a present father who chose them over the chaos, not a successful workaholic who kept falling back into the grind like I see so many good men do. Now that's real generational wealth, freedom that outlives you. This is exactly why I wrote this book, Buy Back Time Formula, because freedom isn't just something that you earn once and you keep forever. It's something that you have to defend every single day against forces that want to destroy it. And boy, do they ever. So if you recognize these traps in your own life, you're not weak. You're human. I'm human. And humans need systems to defend against psychological warfare. So build your defenses, protect your freedom, and save your family. Start here. Start with a book. Buybacktimeformula.com/YT book. Once you get this book in your hands, you apply it, you are going to be battle tested when things come up. And I'm going to show you how to implement frameworks to remove yourself as the bottleneck and get the freedom that you so pursue. Because your family's future depends on how well you defend the freedom that you fought so hard to create. I teach it all in the book. Now it's your turn. Go to buybacktimeformula.com/YT book, and I'll see you on the inside.